In this video, I'm going to introduce to you the Platypod Handle. So I'm going to talk to you about this new product from Platypod. It's called the Platypod Handle. Now, I am a Platypod Pro. That doesn't affect my judgment on these products or anything that I use. I simply use Platypod products because I like the product. Before we get into the video, if you want to get more information about the Platypod Handle, there is a link below that goes to their Kickstarter campaign. All the information is over there, including current prices, so do check that out. So this new Platypod Handle, it looks simple, but it can do a lot of things. Let me run off some quick specs of this Platypod Handle. The Platypod Handle is a 1.5 inch diameter riser or extender. It extends from 6.5 inches to 10.5 inches height or reassembles to a 3 inch height. It has 8 1/4 inch threaded mounting sockets in the top stage to accommodate platypod elbows and goosenecks. Supports 11 pounds or 5 kilograms. Has an Arca compatible base with stainless steel reinforced 3/8 inch socket. Has a 3/8 inch stainless steel bolt in the top section and is compatible with all platypods and most common tripods. Looking over the platypod in more detail, we have a 3/8 inch screw here. We have a 3/8 inch socket here, just like any standard camera accessories. So that will go into the platypod. It can also go into your tripod. So let me show you some things I've been using this platypod for. The first thing I used straight out of the pack was for my overhead rig. Holding my iPhone, I'm able to extend the iPhone to get it into the exact position I need it to be, which is right above the setup here. That's one of the use cases I used for it. Another thing I've been using it for is to extend my camera when it's on a platypod. Now, you don't see me use the camera on the platypod that often because I'm mostly handheld. But when I want to, sometimes if I go into a portrait orientation, you can't. You see there, because of the width of the camera, it can't get into a position for a portrait orientation photo. So what we can do now is we can use the platypod to extend or raise the base. I'm just going to take that off. We shall put the platypod on. We can then place our handle on there. We can then put our camera into a portrait orientation. So if you have been struggling getting your camera into a portrait orientation, the Platypod Handle is for you. Another thing that we can do as well is we can unscrew the top here, which I will talk about this top in a minute because that's ingenious, okay? I will talk about that in a minute. But if you only want to raise your camera up just a little bit, you can use it in that configuration, which is only 3 inches. You can place that onto your platypod, and then the ball head will go on there just like that, and you're set up for a low angle portrait shot of something you are wanting to photograph, particularly if it's something for social media. Untighten the platypod here, we can extend it out so you can get a 10.5 inch riser for your platypod to put your camera on. So basically it's an accessory and a riser for your platypod gear, but I want to talk about what I've been using this Platypod Handle for, specifically for macro photography. Now, unfortunately, this section of the video was going to come from outdoors, but unfortunately it is raining again in the UK. So we'll do the best we can. You have a tripod. Now, my tripod comes with 1/4 inch accessory screws on it, but if your tripod doesn't, this is a great accessory for your tripod. Take our tripod head off our tripod. Screw the Platypod Handle onto the tripod. We can then screw our tripod head onto the platypod, and then, ingeniously, let's place our super clamp on here. Standard procedure that you've seen me do hundreds of times. But the top of the Platy Handle has 8 1/4 inch sockets for you to attach accessories to. So now I can take one of my arms, these are the gooseneck arms from Platypod, and I can attach that to the handle. So now I can place a gooseneck arm and a super clamp, and we can place a background into that. So we can see there how I have the accessories I use in my studio setup out in the field. So again, we have 8 accessories. So I can put on a platypod elbow. That is a very nice little gizmo you can get from them. We can put light accessories on there. There's a lot we can put onto these accessory mounts here on the Platypod Handle. Very, very useful. So that's another use case that I've been using the Platypod Handle for. Now I want to show you another use case that's still in testing. I'm hoping to be able to feature it later on in the season. But let me show you this thing I've been using the handle for. So here is my iPhone macro photography setup. So using the Platypod Handle, I can attach my phone to it. This has the moment case on it and a moment macro lens. I'm still using the iPhone 12 Pro. I don't have the 14, so I haven't tested the macro mode on the iPhone yet. But using a Platypod elbow, I can now mount a light just above the lens, and I can get shots like this and like this using just this quick mobile phone setup. It's a great setup when you don't want to take out your whole macro photography setup. You know, it's big, it's bulky. Sometimes you don't want to carry the bags around, whereas with this, I can get some quick images. And more importantly, I can get high frame rate videos like this and like this using this setup. And it was a bit awkward without the Platypod Handle. I'd have to screw the elbow directly into my clamp just here. And then I have to hold it like this. Whereas the handle makes it just so much easier. So those are some use cases for the new Platypod Handle. Again, go down below. There's a link to their Kickstarter. If you're interested, check out their campaign. So a great accessory and addition to your Platypod family. That's where I'm going to be leaving this video. I want to thank my Patreon supporters for their continued support. If you want to support me on Patreon, check out the links in the description. My name's Stewart, and I'll see you on the next video.